have to beat both of them in order for my career to be defined and to be looked back at as a legendary champion. So Tyson Fury feels that if he's able to defeat Wilder and Joshua, he's going to be looked at as a legendary champion. And he says stuff like, other things like he could adapt to these guys' styles. I think if Fury wants to be considered a legendary champion, I think what he has to do is go on a long championship reign, because all the legendary champions in heavyweight division have one thing in common. They all defended their belts many times for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see some people calling Fury a legend already because he beat Vladimir Klitschko. Fury beating Vladimir Klitschko was really good for him and really good for the heavyweight division, because it finally got rid of the Klitschko era. That was a great victory for him, but he never defended his belts. He just beat Klitschko, but he didn't defend his belts. Klitschko was a guy that when he became champion, he defended his belts for years. Right now, Anthony Joshua has, in my opinion, a better reign as a champion than someone like Tyson Fury, because at least Joshua has defended his belts. Look at guys like, look at how long Vitaly Klitschko defended his belt. Look at how long Vladimir Klitschko defended his belts. Now, beating Joshua and Wilder, I think that would be a good victory for him to have in his resume. But like I said, I would like him to keep fighting for several years and see how long. I remember a long time ago I read a piece where I believe one of Fury's former trainers were like saying that if Tyson Fury really wanted to, he could rule the heavyweight division for 20 years. And he's only about 29, so I mean Klitschko was on top of the heavyweight division until he was around 39 years old. So that's a long time to be defending that championship belts. So he does have the ability to do it because he has the youth right now still. But I don't particularly think he will be able to do it just because he's not a disciplined fighter. Vladimir Klitschko was very disciplined, so he was able to, when it comes to like keeping himself in condition, in fighting shape, he was able to defend his belt several years. But Fury is one of those guys that when he is not fighting, he's eating a lot and he's gaining a lot of weight, which means every time he prepares for a fight, he always has to first go to fat camp to lose that excess body weight, body fat that he's gained, before he even gets into sparring mode to like prepare for his opponent. But yeah, I don't think he'll become. He says he'll become legendary. People would look back at him like he was a legend. Like I said, look at Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks defeated Larry Holmes back in 1985. Now, at the time, Larry Holmes was considered the best heavyweight in the planet, and at the time, Larry Holmes looked unbeatable, right? Because he was going on he was, I believe, a champion for 7 years straight. He had defended his belts for over 20 title defenses. He was a long-reigning champion, and Michael Spinks beat him, outboxed him. Some people say he got a gift decision, but at the end of the day, he beat him. But did that make Michael Spinks a legend? No, because look at what happened to Michael Spinks. He then fought, I believe, Jerry Cooney, and then he got knocked out against Mike Tyson, and then he disappeared from the face of the planet. I believe he retired. So that was a great victory for Michael Spinks, but he didn't go on. When you think of Michael Spinks, Do you think of a boxing legend? Is the question, and the answer is no. You don't think of a boxing legend. He had one good victory, well, two good victories over long reigning champion Larry Holmes, but he never had a long reigning, time at heavyweight. He wasn't like the kingpin for a long time. He just, like I said, beat a kingpin, and then he got destroyed by Mike Tyson. So that's how I feel with Tyson Fury. He has to put in a lot of work, and he has to put in a lot more years. And then maybe I could look back and say, like I said, beating Wilder and Joshua will be good, but he has to keep going, not just beat Wilder, Joshua, and then retire. Keep going and see how far he can take it. Until he retires undefeated, or retires fights until somebody beats him.